Hey guys, welcome back to the show. So today we're gonna talk about the fears of running a fund. A lot of people are nervous right now in the world. Last episode we had Grant Cardone going bankrupt. I mean, there's a lot of unknowns going on in this world, and it's kind of scary to be an entrepreneur. It's kind of scary to especially run a fund on top of not just alone starting your own company, but taking other people's money and managing their money in an effective way is scary. And I had a mentor tell me once, Bridger, because I was nervous, right? I was like, it's a big deal to run a fund, and it is. This is not for everybody. Running a fund, what we do, people like me and you, we are like the 1% of the 1% that are crazy enough at night that we sit up and we can't turn it off. We decide to be the person that has to wake up early, we'd rather work 100 hours a week for ourselves than 40 hours a week for somebody else. That's us. We're the crazy ones that say we can go out and do it. And I'd rather make less money working for myself and 100 hours a week because I believe in a mission. I believe in something greater than myself. I have passion that one day I'm going to reach the end of the tunnel and I'm going to live a life that's fulfilled. That's people like you and me. And if that isn't you, if that's not something that just beats inside of you, that's not just like an alive, living thing in front of you that pulses and is there, then that's okay. You can go, there's 99% of people go work their average job. But if you're the 1% that lays up at night, you can't turn it off. And you don't want to turn it off either. If you have this passion, something deep inside of you that tells you got to do more. You got to be bigger than yourself. You got to be bigger than your family and other people's family. You want to be the guy on Saturday night that has to worry about $1 million payroll that's due on Monday. And while all your employees that have the families, the kids, the beach, they're going camping for the weekend, you're up trying to figure out how to get payroll done for Monday to make sure all those kids and families have food on the table. That's the kind of people that we are. And if you're listening to this podcast, you're in this show, like you're probably one of those people, and welcome home. Because this is what we talk about. This is where we are. And I was sitting down and I was nervous when I was starting out. I had my fund kind of set up. I had investors' money, their actual money in my fund. And I was nervous. And I was like, I don't know if I can do this. I want to maybe hire somebody else or hire a manager, just sell this business. I want to get out. And my mentor kind of grabbed me as Bridger. You were on the cusp of something amazing. The fact that you've even gotten to this point puts you so far away than the 99 other people that you decided to break in and set up your own fund to find investors, even start your own business. You can't go back now. You haven't come this far to only come this far. And I remember he told me that as a Bridger, you have to go forward. You were on the cusp of something amazing, something great. And it's not that bad. Worst case scenario, let's say you go bankrupt. Okay, big deal, right? You go bankrupt. Bankruptcy is like the best thing. America, you can go bankrupt. You can just reset everything. Now, you don't want to do that. You definitely don't want to plan for that. But worst case scenario, you just reset. Okay, big deal, right? That's your worst case scenario. But your best case scenario is you have that dream, house on the hill, you got the family, the cars, the great kids, whatever your dream is, you got it. And only through this vehicle that I've seen, at least, is a vehicle, and the only time in the history of the planet where unless you own property or you were born to the right family, you couldn't become wealthy. Right now is the only time in the history of the world that you could be born in a poor circumstance or a poor place or don't have property, don't have rights, and you can build your own kingdom and become your own king or queen. That didn't happen in England the last 1,000 years. That didn't happen in Egypt or other Mesopotamia for the last thousands of years, where you could go from nothing to a king or a queen, essentially with wealth and what your living circumstances is in one lifetime. Right now, this last little blip of human history, last maybe 100, I don't know, maybe in 30, 40, 50 years, 100 years if you're going back a little bit, that you can, in one lifetime, go from zero to hero, a rags to riches true story. And it's if you decide to take the chance. And that's the kind of people we are, that we take the chance to make something great. So if you're worried about running a fund, if you're worried about getting started or just starting your first business, it's okay. We're all worried. But my thing that's driven me is I try to decide to make my why bigger than the fear. There's an amazing story about Kobe Bryant. So Kobe, we all love Kobe, died earlier this year. Kobe's playing the Warriors. He slips, and he tears his Achilles heel. And he gets up walks to the free throw line with a torn Achilles heel, which is, I don't even know how he was walking. Torn Achilles heel, walks to the free throw line, hits both free throws, and then walks off the court. It's been noted as one of the greatest moments in sports history. And somebody later in an interview was asking Kobe Bryant, they said, Kobe, how did you go through that much pain, that type of, I mean, that would just be crazy for any normal human being to go through. How did you do it? He goes, it's easy. He goes, let me give you an example. If you're laid up at home, let's say you got a torn hamstring, you're all laid up on the couch, you're watching TV, you can't really move, you're hobbling around, and out of nowhere, fire breaks out in your kitchen. Big fire, boom. And you've got 3 kids upstairs, all in bed, tucked to sleep. He says, I'll bet that you're gonna forget all about your hamstring. You're gonna get off the couch, you're gonna sprint up the stairs, you're gonna grab all 3 of your kids, you're gonna get them out of the house. And you're not even gonna think about your hamstring. And he goes, it's when your why is bigger than your fear, bigger than your pain, you can do anything. So for us as fund managers, people always ask, like, entrepreneurs, I just can't believe you guys work like so many hours, you're on weekends and holidays, you're always working. Like, what's that all about? Like, how do you guys never take a vacation? Like, that must be the most miserable life ever. And if you're an entrepreneur, you know this. Your family and friends look at you like you're crazy. They go, how do you like that lifestyle? And they don't know it's really fun. It's like when we go on vacation, it's like I'm getting taken away from my all my toys. I love being at home, playing with all my toys. And my mom's like, oh, we got to go to the store. We got to go to Hawaii for the week. It's like, oh man, I got to leave all my toys here and I got to go to Hawaii. And yeah, Hawaii's fun. But it's like, I really want to go back and just play with all my toys. That's how us entrepreneurs are and feel. And a lot of our family doesn't realize that, of how much we enjoy the process of building and constructing something bigger and greater than ourselves. And we make our why of, I'm going to build a life-changing company that's going to change my family's economic status for generations to come. I'm going to change the world with my products and services. We feel an obligation to take those products and services out to the marketplace. That's how invested we are. And that's why it's so fun. That's why the crazy 1%, we are just so driven and passionate about our dreams that a 9-to-5 job sucks the life out of you. That going to work for somebody else and you're not a partner, you're not making decisions, just drains the passion out of you. That's why people like us, you can never get a normal job. After playing in this world, in this game, there's no way I could ever get a normal job because it's too much fun to go and build and try to build a kingdom. And I don't know if I'll get there. Maybe I won't ever build my big kingdom and castle. But if I reach 90 years old, I love Jeff Bezos, his regret minimization theory, right? If I get to 90 years old and I regret not going after my dreams more than I had a 9-to-5, it was great, I paid some bills my whole life, etc. I lived a normal life. And I didn't go after the opportunity, the only chance in modern, actually in total history, that you could go from zero to hear a rags to riches story in one lifetime. And if I didn't take that opportunity, I would regret it. And I want to let you guys know, make your why bigger than your fear. Yes, it's scary to manage people's money. Yes, it's hard to manage payroll for a lot of employees. Yes, it's hard to be the one that always has to be on and thinking about it and the one that has to worry. But when you make your why bigger than that fear and that pain and that big castle, that kingdom you're building one day, you can overcome anything. Love you guys. See you in the next episode. Peace.